righty. All right. So we are going to be looking at TJ and Vincent. We have TJ over here, Vincent over here. This is from November 8th. For TJ and anyone following TJ, this is before the cam smoker. And one thing we're gonna see a foreshadowing of some of the things that happen with Cam, and that will be the next oncoming film study, but I wanted to take a look at this as well. So we will see a sort of foreshadowing of some things to come. So I'm just going to get rid of the volume here. All right, let us take a look. All right, again, we got TJ in the white shirt, Vincent in the blue. Let me make this big. Yoink. And all right. So what I find interesting, which I like when southpaws work that cross. One of the things, TJ, that you do so well, you throw your left hand really well with getting your head off to the right. It's just you do that really. You're exceptional at that. So let's watch this again. Watch TJ. Boom. So on that time, let's watch the foot position, because you have this move that you do, which I'm sure we'll see it later. But you have a move you'll throw that cross, your head goes off to the right, and then you pivot, and all of a sudden you're kind of behind the person. All right, so let's take a look. So you have the outside foot position, which is good. So I'm just going to look at that one more time. I know it's a hard position to see, but if you guys look, you'll see that TJ has the outside foot position, which is that foot battle that you want, orthodox versus southpaw. Same thing, Vincent wants that outside foot position, and we can get into why later. The 2-cent version this is just the 2-cent version. Having your foot on the outside puts your power hand in more of a straight line to your opponent, where they would have to go somewhat across and lose some of that power, because their power hand doesn't go straight, it has to go across their own body. All right, so we're going to just take a look one more time at that foot position. Go back far enough. Again, nice foot position. Good upper body movement. Now that's the move. So let's watch that again. You guys can see how TJ gets not airborne, but he just closes distance, like Tyson-esque. And TJ, for those of you that don't know, TJ's not like a Tyson fighter. He's not in the peekaboo, and that's not how he operates. So it's interesting to watch him in this instance have that ability to do so, and B, the know-how to do so. So it's good stuff. And I love that beautiful head movement. Now, here's the thing. Here are two things. Thing one, which we'll touch on, we're starting to see the foreshadowing of Cam. And so what happened with Cam, which we'll review later on, is Cam is a fighter out of Nonantum who it was all inside. We were smothered, and it was all inside and taking shots to the body. We're not taking shots to the body here, but we are smothered and inside. The second thing is I have lost my train of thought. So I'm going to go back and see if I remember what my train of thought was. All right. It's a constant problem that we've been addressing that I keep seeing. We keep coming out of head movement and rolls with nothing. We're coming up with just our face or our gloves in front of our face. We need to come up and put our hands on him. We need to come up and post. We need to come up and do a wedge block. And that wedge block can turn into either blocking of a punch, or you get that forearm on their chest, on their gloves. You pin them and then move. We're just coming up to get hit. And that's something we need to stop doing. So what happened there is there was a smother, but we didn't capitalize on that. If you watch your hands, they're staying in guard, which is good, but a tie-up would have been more productive, because keeping your hands there, yes, you're keeping yourself safe from getting hit, but you're still taking punishment, and to the judges, you're getting hit. If you tie them up, you take away any opportunity or ability that they have to hit you. So if we look here, he's still hitting. See, right here, you had tons of time to get your arms around him and tie him up. Depending on when people watch this video, we have another, for those watching it now, which December 4th, 2025, we have a clinch clinic coming up. During that clinch clinic, we're going to be going over moments like that and how to capitalize on that with a tie-up. Now here, so a lot of posturing. It was as soon as you got your distance, that's when I would have liked to have seen jabs. So I'll call out where I think jabs, either jab should have happened, controlling the air, snake charmer, anything should have happened. Right here, jab. This is where you should have been jabbing. You should have been jabbing, one, because you're the shorter fighter and you need to occupy that space because he's longer and he could have been jabbing or coming forward. You need to be jabbing in that moment. Right when you come up, right, boom, boom, boom. Right here, jabbing on the exit. This I like. Now, what I like here is you're a different fighter now. Your height is different. You're in a type of big man game where your posture is good. You're defended well with your hand defense. And you can see it's a different disposition. You're more bouncy. Not that bouncy is the be all end all. For you in specific moments, bouncy works. It works. It's a nice bounce. And if you watch his feet, so let's watch TJ's feet. They don't come together on his bounce. Sorry, guys, I'm going. I don't know what I'm a little bit shot out of a cannon, so I know that I'm talking fast and I'm kind of jumping in different places. So I'm aware. Look at TJ's feet; they don't come together. It's almost like a Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko bounce. It's good stuff, and it's a different look for Vincent to have to deal with. So you can see it's giving Vincent a little trouble. Right here, nice head movement. If you notice, TJ doesn't allow his head to just sit there in the center. Right here. Doesn't allow it to sit in the center. Nice jab with a slip. Nice, look at, boom, boom. Nice head movement. And now here, TJ, yep. This is where I'd like, yeah, there you go. Good. Now, what happened there is now TJ has momentum. So you could see it was sort of, and again, we're just at the beginning here. We're 42 seconds in. So what started off as, they're operating out of the 50-50, and now TJ has the momentum. There was a slip. Even though it was a slip, as the fighter that slips, we all know this. It feels like shit when you slip. It's just a slip. Doesn't matter. No one gives a shit. But you feel like shit because you slipped. And now you're up. So momentum is now on TJ's side. So we're going to see, what does Vincent do from here? So we'll back up to that because TJ totally has the momentum. So now Vincent tries to, that I like. Just right there. They're beautiful. So what happened there? Punches were thrown. I think they threw at the same time. Let's assume Vincent threw the punch and missed. What does he do? He grabs on. He's in a vulnerable position. He could have done, something slick, something fancy, but why give TJ an opportunity? We are not a charity. We're not charitable. We're not here to give the other guy opportunities. No. And what I love about this moment, there was a missed punch. It's like, I'm not taking any chances. You are not allowed to work. So that I really, 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 really like. All right. So let's back up a little bit there again. Boom. Right there. Nice tie up. We break clean. Nice. And now what I like there, TJ's got that little measuring stick. What I would have liked, it's again, I love lead hand work to do things. When we simply use it as a measuring stick, it loses its threat. It loses a little bit of its danger. So that's why sometimes Shakur taps can be dangerous, which is why I like that we've instituted some Crawford taps to complement the Shakur tap. But if we're just using that lead hand as a rangefinder or a quick measurement, we can run into trouble. But I like that it's being used. And now Vincent's getting his momentum. Now here again, in that moment, we have the foreshadowing of Cam. So there is where that foreshadowing of Cam comes in. Again, we're tied up and we're close, deep inside that 50-50. What's up, Meme? Sorry, my Alice just got home and she's saying hi to the dog. All right, so let's back that up a little bit. And anytime she says what's up to Meme, the Meme is the pug. I have to say what's up to Meme. All right, here we go. So we got a good tie up here. Again, TJ with good head movement. Now, TJ, what I'd like to see here, this is where it gets tricky. I don't know what the hell just happened there. So what gets tricky here is we have a moment. We've been working a lot on in basketball. They have the 3-second rule where you're in the key, nothing's happening. You got to get out of the key, or the ref's gonna, you're gonna get the whistle blows, and you have to blah blah blah. I like what happens in boxing sometimes is we get into that 50-50. There's that 3-second rule where we don't have an opening, nothing's really happening. This is a problem with lucky punch boxing. The way that I teach is in that 3-second rule, you don't like what you see, get out of Dodge, live the fight another day. While I think that's smart, it's difficult in a 3-round fight. So in a 3-round fight, I think we need to make one of two decisions here. It's either you're in that 3-second rule, there's not a good moment here. We don't want to give him an opportunity to work. I like disengagements. But what we need is we also need to then, I'm going to drive the lane. I don't like what I see, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to work. Or I'm going to maybe a feint, just something where we're showing aggression and either just going for it or leaving. But we can't spend too much time just in front of Vincent does strength and conditioning. Vincent works out. Vincent's doing push-ups. Vincent's doing burpees. We don't want to spend time just in front of someone that's well-conditioned and wants to hurt us. So here, now the thing what I liked there, and again, a nice grab. What I like is that TJ strikes first, and I like that he's using that lead hand. So we have that nice jab, and across. And TJ, you could see your distance here. If you watch, I want to slow this one down. Watch, this happens with you a lot. We're going to watch how you throw that cross. There's part of me, I like it because it keeps, it affects everybody, but it puts you in a vulnerable position in your balance. So if we watch this here, nice flicking jab right here. So this is where it gets problematic. It's not a sin, but it's not great. It's problematic because you're weighted here. A lot of bad things can happen from here. What I like that does happen here is that you grab on, and Vincent obliges in a clinch, which is one of the things that happen with once clinches start happening, or when you get with someone who's familiar with a clinch, there's the unspoken agreement between fighters of, oh, we're clinching. And eventually that can be used to your advantage where you start and then get out and start working, where you make them think you're going to get into a clinch and you don't get into a clinch. Boom, I like this little tie. Vincent's got that free hand. And again, we're in a little bit of, again, great guard, both of you. But what happened there, TJ, is your hands were pinned. You're not in a clinch, but you're in a clinch position. And again, we got to work on clinches. Because you can see Vincent's got you tied up, and you should have had him tied up. And this is where you should start working. So we got too much time posturing. If we're going to be in the 50-50, then we got to work. I like the head movement. And I'd like to see you now. Vincent's starting to capitalize. He's getting outside foot position. And Vincent, excellent change. Now Vincent's southpaw. And the one thing I will say, TJ, you're doing much better at keeping sort of pelvis to pelvis area as opposed to having that butt out, which is that was a big detriment against Cam. And you notice too, let's watch where TJ's left hand is and watch how Vincent lands his right hook to the head. So watch that left hand. Here's the left hand. See how it's low? Boom. Let's watch that one more time. Pay attention right here to that left hand. You know, I got distracted. They were talking about the dog in the kitchen. I apologize. Let's watch it one more time. So we get that left hand low. Boom. It's a good tie up. No, and this is a good position. But the thing is, Vincent controlled the tie up. It was Vincent's tie up. All right, here we go. And it was a smart tie up. I like the feints. Nice. And TJ, usually TJ, nice switch. You're very good usually when your head gets brought down, you swing around in a very playful and very cool way. But let's check this out. Nice jab, but the jab came back low. Again, an overextension on that cross. Let's watch that again. Because that's a repeatable thing with you. You overextend on that cross. You overextended there. Nice tie up. That could have been a good tie up for you. I'd like you to continue to try to get around. For some reason in this, you've done much better at getting around. I don't know if Vincent is doing something that's not allowing you to get around. Let's back up a little bit more. Nice. And nice, you got that nice shot downstairs. And right here, again, a foreshadowing of Cam. The difference is Vincent's tying you up as opposed to working you over. So, and this is, again, the foreshadowing. If I'm Cam's trainer and I'm watching this and I'm saying, okay, he's very comfortable. Once you get this close inside, he's comfortable and he is agreeable to staying in this position and he's agreeable to a tie up. So rather than tie him up, we're gonna pound away downstairs. All right, so that looks like that would be the end of the round. So all in all, I think just want to see again. I want to get an idea of output because I tend, obviously I'm stopping and going a lot. So I'm just going to shut up for a few moments just to watch output. Aside from this, and I think this is a screenshot moment, aside from that, I like when you hit this position, when you get comfortable and you get a little playful. I don't like that you're so close and that playful. Like out here, this I like. Great head movement. And here's where I'd like to see some jabs. And here's where I'd like to see some uppercuts. When you're in that close, I want to see those uppercuts. Again, I'm just watching. I'm just looking for. I'm getting an idea about output. So our combinations aren't a lot. Vincent's got some good combinations. 3 to 5 punches. All right. I don't want to bore everybody with my. Usually, I make these somewhat for myself. I don't think anyone ever really watch, but I see the results people do watch. So I don't want to bore everyone with my quest for output. I do think, TJ, we need more output in certain moments, not the whole time. There are moments we need output, and those are the moments that the judges are looking at. And I think if we need more output. All right, that's it from me for this. All right, I will. I never know how to end these, so bye.